Prime Minister Modi says sustainable growth is possible only through sustainable energy sources. Second phase of Manipur Assembly elections to be held tomorrow. Union Ayush Minister Parvananda Sonowal inaugurates integrated Ayush hospital at Raja Chidima in Kohima today. Mizoram celebrates the Chapchar Kot festival. And at the Mohali Test, Rishabh Pant and Hanuma Vihari drive India to 357 for 6x stumps on day one. A very good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Hongita Kakuti Pathak bringing you the stories in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India's vision is clear that sustainable growth is possible from sustainable energy sources only. Addressing a webinar on energy for sustainable growth today, Prime Minister Modi said, with the coming years, India's energy demands will increase. Therefore, we must make the transition to renewable energy. He said today's theme of energy for sustainable growth is not only inspired by our traditional knowledge, but will also lead the future of the country. The Prime Minister said he considers the COP26 goals to achieving the net zero target not as a challenge but as an opportunity. The Prime Minister said India must develop sustainable and innovative business models to improve efficiency in the electric vehicles, that is EV ecosystem.
इनसे भारत में इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल के इस्तेमाल में आने वाली दिक्कतें कम होगी। प्लग इन चार्जिंग में ज्यादा समय और ज्यादा कीमत लगती है, क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल की कीमत में 40-50% बैटरी की कीमत होती है। इसलिए स्वैपिंग से इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल की अपफ्रंट कॉस्ट कम हो जाएगी। ऐसे ही चाहे मोबाइल की बैटरी हो या फिर सोलर पावर स्टोरेज, इस क्षेत्र में भी बहुत सी संभावनाएं हैं।
The Regional State Administration of Ukraine's southeast has said Russian military forces have seized Europe's largest nuclear power plant, Zaporizhzhia plant, situated in Ukraine's southeast. Quoting the Ukrainian Nuclear Inspectorate, the Regional State Administration said on social media that operational personnel are monitoring the condition of power units, adding that it sought to ensure the operations were in line with safety requirements. Ukraine has said Russian forces attacked the plant in the early hours today, setting an adjacent 5-story training facility to fire. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a meeting to review the Ukraine situation. The meeting was attended by Union Ministers Dr. S. Jaishankar and Piyush Goyal, along with the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla and other senior officials. 2 days back, the Prime Minister had held a similar meeting on the Ukraine crisis. He has been continuously holding high-level meetings on the Ukraine crisis since the beginning of the conflict. In Manipur, the second and final phase of assembly elections will be held tomorrow. 22 assembly seats spread over 10 districts will go to polls in this phase. 92 candidates, including 2 women, are in the fray. Campaigning for this phase ended yesterday evening. In the second phase polls in Manipur, polling will be held at 1,247 polling stations spread across 3 valleys and 7 hill districts. Among the hill districts, 4 districts have an international border with Myanmar, and Senapati and Jiribam share borders with 2 neighboring states. Polling officials and security personnel detailed for interior areas have already left district headquarters along with their EVM and VVPAT machines. Time now for a short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Come on boys, let's go practice. अरे रुक यार, मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में गलत एंट्री का प्रॉब्लम हो गया है। तो बैंक को कंप्लेन करना। बैंक को लिखे 1 महीना हो गया है, बट वो गूगली पे गूगली डाले जा रहा है। तो आरबीआई के बैंकिंग लोकपाल को इन्फॉर्म करो।
रुक, मैं समझाता हूँ। जैसे क्रिकेट में थर्ड अंपायर, वैसे ही आरबीआई का बैंकिंग ओम्बुड्समैन। आरबीआई कहता है अगर बैंक आपकी कंप्लेंट को 1 महीने में नहीं सुलझाता तो आप आरबीआई के कंप्लेंट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम पर ऑनलाइन कंप्लेंट कर सकते हैं। ये आरबीआई का आसान तरीका है आपकी कंप्लेंट सुलझाने का, और वो भी फ्री।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. Union Minister of Ayush, Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Horbanando Khonowal, today inaugurated Integrated Ayush Hospital at Raja Chedima, Kohima, in the presence of Nagaland's Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyu Phom. The Union Minister announced a major investment over 100 crore rupees to develop the Ayush healthcare sector in the state of Nagaland. One 30-bedded Ayush hospital and 3 10-bedded hospitals, along with one Ayurvedic college, will be developed in the state with the allocated funds. The 30-bedded Ayush hospital will be developed at Kifire, while the 10-bedded Ayush hospitals will be developed, one each at Mokokchung, at Nagaland University in Dimapur, and at Wokha.
That I hope that Nagaland has got tremendous potential in many aspects, even in the, their topography, their natural existence, their culture, their heritage, and the people of Nagaland, they are very nice, culturally very advanced, and they are very courageous, very brave, very hardworking. I believe these particular resources will definitely help this state to grow faster.
Mizoram today celebrated Chapchar Kut, the largest and most joyous festival celebrated amongst the Mizos. This festival is celebrated during March after completion of their most arduous task of Jhum operation, when the bamboo and trees that have been cut down are being awaited to dry to be burned for Jhuming, and is celebrated with great fervour and gaiety. This year, celebrations turned virtual, which was telecast on TV and YouTube. This is the second year where the celebration is not open to the public due to the pandemic. The celebration was observed with a few officials at Vanapa Hall in the heart of Aizawl, while adhering to strict COVID protocol.
Chief Secretary Akha Kanmang Thei Lova Avan Doi Thak Lea
Indiaram Huntangale Mizoram Pona Hehun Milo Manpuitu Zongsun Lele Van Low and Yova.
4 frontal pressure groups of the state comprising KSU, RBYF, HNYF and FKJGP held a public meeting at Umsning Town Darbar Auditorium Hall yesterday, in which the local headmen and traditional heads participated, seeking their support for the movement to revive their demands until fulfilled. They have decided to move forward their democratic movement in every nook and corner of the state. The main demands of the 4 pressure groups include the demand on the implementation of Inner Line Permit, implementation of Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act 2016, erection of entry and exit points, and also the District Task Force Committee to function well in order to prevent unabated influx. In the first cricket test of the 2-match series at Mohali, India were 357 for 6 in their first innings against Sri Lanka, when stumps were drawn on the opening day today. Ravindra Jadeja on 45 and Ravichandran Ashwin on 10 were at the crease. Earlier, India won the toss and elected to bat first. Rishabh Pant top scored 96, followed by Hanuma Vihari at 58 and Virat Kohli at 45. Openers Mayank Agarwal was out for 33 and captain Rohit Sharma for 29. Shreyas Iyer made 27. The 2-match series between India and Sri Lanka marks the beginning of Rohit Sharma's journey as the skipper of the test side, and incidentally, this is the 100th test of star cricketer Virat Kohli. Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu today dedicated Paglam subdivision in the lower Dibang Valley district to the people. In a tweet, Chief Minister Khandu said the new subdivision will facilitate all-round development in its areas of jurisdiction. He emphasized on the policy of the state government to decentralize planning and policy making at the district level, with inputs to be taken from all sections of the society. People of Paglam have suffered for long owing to remoteness and lack of proper communication. For treatment, because all health infrastructure and services will be accessible within the next year and a half. In a tweet, Deb said state government will make all the efforts to ensure timely treatment of all patients. The Federation of Nagaland State Engineering Service Association, FONSESA, observed the World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development under the theme Build Back Wiser, Engineering the Future, today at Hotel Zapfai in Kohima. Special guest for the program, Advisor for Information Technology and Communication, Government of Nagaland, Monlumo Kikon, in his speech said that the engineering department holds the most important job, as through them creativity and innovations are formed and should work things together collectively, he said. He said that the association should ensure that there is development equity in Nagaland and an envisioning for a beautiful and better Nagaland.
Of how our concerns for a better future for the state of Nagaland should be addressed. And who better to discuss this with than a bunch of brilliant minds, engineers who are the foundations of and also the driver of development in the state of in our state.
For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. And to end the bulletin, the main points once again. Prime Minister Modi says sustainable growth is possible only through sustainable energy sources. Second phase of Manipur Assembly elections to be held tomorrow. Union Ayush Minister Horbananda Khonwal inaugurates integrated Ayush hospital at Raja Chidima in Kohima today. Mizoram celebrates Chapchar Kut festival. And at the Mohali Test, Rishabh Pant and Hanuma Vihari drive India to 357 for 6 at stumps on day 1. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.